Alright, it is June 24th, 2023. I am up here at one of my favorite spots, Onion Valley. Waterfalls and snow everywhere. After a record snow year, roads are open, even though it was a little sketchy because there's definitely some road damage, but nothing too bad. This is going to be an extremely snowy hike. I saw that the road was open, but I was concerned, was it really open? Because the campground here is listed as closed still due to heavy snow on the road, which obviously there's no heavy snow on the road anymore, but there is something else on the road, and that is water. This is why the campground is still closed. The creek, which normally flows under the road, I think there's too much water for that little drainage tube, so it's going over the road. It's not really that deep, but maybe an inch or two. Anyway, this is why campground is closed. Oh, now my feet are wet. Now my feet are very wet. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, a little bit deeper than I thought. In spots. But anyway, yeah, that's why the campground's closed, because the water is just going over the road. So, yeah. This should be a very interesting day. Alright, and we are off on what will probably be titled Kearsarge Impassible 3. But at least no snow at the very start. Here we go. This is going to be a rare day for me. Got the double trekking poles, which I normally don't bring. Usually just use one so I can have a hand free. Well, that didn't take long. A little over half a mile and the trail's already gone. Alright, time to break out my spikes. See if I can follow footprints. Eventually I just need to get up there. Alright. Nice trail. I think this is the spot in 2019 with my Kearsarge Impassible 1 video where a couple of friends had to turn around. Two of us kind of climbed this and scooted across. I think I'm going to try to go straight though. But this should be the start of some tougher snow climbs. Alright, about a mile and a third in. Got a first good view of University Peak up there. There's the first 5 lakes, mini Pothole Lake. Well, some of it's visible. There's a lot of, look how thick that ice is still. Man. So far, not too bad. The spikes are definitely giving me some bonus traction. Still a little slick, but definitely a lot better than just shoes. This is one of those hikes where you just have to be thankful when you do see the trail. I'm just randomly heading uphill and then, oh look, a trail. Gotta enjoy these nice, easy trail sections that aren't covered in snow. They are few and far between. Oh, look at that deep. Alright, this is the, it's hard to see it. This is the portion of the pass. We travel through some rocks. Only a few of them are poking up. It's going to start getting a lot more difficult from here on out. Up a little high on this rock field. I need to be down there. Looks like I don't like all these clouds rolling in. I need the sun to warm me up. I do have another sweatshirt if I need it. But anyway, looks like there may be a little mini avalanche. All the trees are kind of tilty in this field. It's just in the thick of it now. Here's Gilbert Lake ahead. Looks like it's going to be mostly obscured as well. Really tore this place up. Bomb went off. Reached Gilbert Lake. This is about roughly halfway. This little rock, although unfortunately it's the easier half. A lot of this lake is still covered. Can't even see the waterfalls, are just covered in snow and ice. Despite the challenging terrain, it's hard to even see footprints. According to my GPS, I've been staying very close to the trail, so I'm doing good. It just looks like endless ice, but you know, somewhere under here there's, oh look, I am on the trail, sort of, because there's a sign. California Cooperative Snow Surveys. Snow course marker. Alright. There's another one down there. I don't know what these are for, but you know. Also, I reached the third lake, and the sun popped out for a minute, but then it clouded over again. Alright, I've just been randomly heading uphill. Looks like I'm kind of near the trail again. I see a sign. I wonder if that means the snow was that high. That would be insane if it was. It's deep enough as it is. Fortunately, it's ice right now, so I can just walk on top of it. This area is very slick. A lot of little bumps. It's easy to slip on. Very uneven terrain. It is so quiet. It's not even a slight rustling of wind. What I always refer to as the bend. So, almost 90-degree turn. You can see a well-worn path here. This is nice. Something to actually follow. This is where 2019 without spikes, although much less snow. Still a lot, but much less than this. Where in July, I strongly considered turning around, but I did make it through on that second attempt. Although it's miserable without spikes, I'm glad I have them this time. It's still very slippery, but there's definitely a big difference. Randomly climbed up to the trail here. I mean, it's hard to see, but there's a trail. This is the trail. And down there is Heart Lake, number 4. Or the 4th lake, named Heart Lake. Almost completely covered in ice and snow. You can still kind of tell its shape. Once I get to the top of this ridge here, I'll be able to see Kearsarge Pass, and then maybe another mile and I'm good. You can see a lot of tree damage everywhere. This is hard to find a way up. Ooh, here's a nice spot. Maybe. Oh man, I knew I was close. Whew. Oh man, there's Kearsarge Pass, dead ahead. Getting close. This is a little worrisome. The wind has turned that ice into a giant wave pointed in this direction. If it melts enough, I think it'd come crashing down, slide down the hill, which would be bad for anyone underneath it. Oh, the sign. All right. Kearsarge Pass. Hello. Wow. $11,800. I think it took me roughly 3 hours, 15 minutes. That's pretty good. Yeah, there's like no wind right now. I've never been up here with no wind. Look at that ice. You can see holes in it. University. And all these other mountains I can't name. Look at all that snow. Somewhere down there's a whole bunch of lakes that you can't really see. And there's Mount Gould, which I've climbed. Yeah, what a climb. So this is looking west into Kings Canyon National Park. Man, I've been flying downhill. I have managed to follow a footpath the entire time so far. Where was this when I was going up? Oof. And I'm not doing any zigzags, it's just straight. Just flying. This is great. The snow is getting softer. You can definitely tell the difference from this morning. But it feels good to walk in with these spikes. Pretty good. Flipped again. Just look at the scope of that snow. Look how deep that is. And higher up, there's definitely spots 10 to 15 feet deep. Fortunately, it's, rock hard ice, so you can just walk on it. Just kind of stumbled on the trail. Alright. And you know what I didn't even realize? My routing has just been so, like there's the road, so just direct, straight, just sliding down hills that I think I completely skipped Gilbert Lake, the big one. I was going to stop there at the big rock again and, you know, take a little break and have a snack, but I'm already way past that. I just flew on by, or slid on by. Alright, well, since I missed the big lake, I just flew past it. We'll just take a nice little break here. Prolong our hike a little bit. Have a better view of some of this ice and waterfalls. Look at that. It's like an island of ice. It is all ice. Man. This is fun. Little snow bridge. You start walking across the ice and whoops, there's just, don't fall through. Yeah, not that far down, but still. It's amazing how much weight this ice will hold, even later in the day when it's, whoa, well, there it goes, never mind. Never mind. It's giving away. Alright, well, I think there's a trail somewhere over there. Probably less than half a mile to my car. It's pretty close over there, so taking these spikes off. They served me well, but it'll be a lot easier walking on dirt and rocks without them. A lot easier. Look at that parking lot. Normally on a Saturday, that thing would be completely packed with cars running down the road. And I didn't show up till almost 8. And normally that late, you're parking down the road somewhere. But I guess the snow is scaring everyone away. They're lost. This was a fantastic hike. Did this hike in a very fine, it's just about 5.5 hours. And my phone says I only went 6 3/4 miles. Jeez. The first time I did this hike, you know, with the, you know, regular trail and everything, was 9 miles. To cut it down to 6 3/4, that is a lot of shortcutting. Made possible by snow everywhere. You can't do those shortcuts without that snow because the terrain is too steep and rugged and bushes everywhere. But man, with that snow you can just go straight. Who cares? I look forward to reviewing my route at the end. There's gonna be a wild difference between my ascent and descent. Goodbye, Indian Valley. A month from now, I'm going to try hit up the Whitney Portal area. And it's still cloudy. But it's warm now, so that's fine.